Hello, everyone, and welcome to Test Kitchen Live. We hope everyone is enjoying their summer. Throw us an emoji or something in the chat if you are excited to see what Laura is going to cook up tonight. So, thanks again for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight. My name is Sandy, and I am from the culinary team at Pampered Chef, and I'm going to be your moderator tonight. And tonight we're talking about getting your summer groove on from the home kitchen of Laura. And she is going to be teaching us how to make stovetop mac and cheese. This is going to be a good one. And you can find the recipe in the resources tab within the Zoom. And then after the event, I'm going to pop back on to dish out some questions to Laura that you may have had on the products or on the recipes that she's shown. And at the end, we're going to ask that you take a quick survey to help us improve on these events. And now let's tune in to Laura's home kitchen.
Hey, everybody. Can you hear me okay? I am so excited to be partnering with the home office to bring you guys today's version of Test Kitchen Live. My name is Laura, and I have been with Pampered Chef 23 years. My husband, Joe, we are college sweethearts, and we've been married for over 30 years, and we have two amazing, amazing kids, a boy and a girl, who grew up as Pampered Chef kids. They were just 5 and 3 when I joined the business back in the year 2000. Well, those kids are now in their late 20s, and our son is now married to his college sweetheart, and they have the most beautiful little girl. So that makes me a grandmother, but I'd like to call myself the coolest nonna on the block. So give me some love if you are grandparents out there, because you know the love that I am feeling right now for this little girl. And I joined this business 23 years ago to give my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old a swing set, which of course I earned in just a couple of months working with this amazing company. But now I stay for so many reasons. And one of my number one reasons for staying now is that I get to buy an airplane ticket anytime I want and fly to where my son and my daughter-in-law and my baby girl live. They live in another state from me, and I don't have to ask anybody for permission or time off. Guys, the flexibility of this business is amazing. And now 23 years later, that is one of the best things I love, plus a million other things. And being asked to present to you guys, that is always one of the most humbling experiences. So thank you to all my viewers watching live. And thank you to everybody that will be watching in replay mode. So let's get cooking. Let's get cooking for summer cookouts. And let's talk comfort foods. And there's no recipe that screams comfort more than mac and cheese. Now, a little bit about me. Growing up, I never had mac and cheese in my life. The only type of cheese that lived in my house was mozzarella and parmigiano. That's it. It wasn't until I became an adult that I learned about mac and cheese. And I realized, wow, do I love cheese? I love all types of cheese. So if you guys love mac and cheese, we're going to give you Pampered Chef's version tonight, which you will be able to find, like Sandy said, in the resource section of this Zoom. You'll also be able to ask your consultant for their personal website and go to your consultant's website and simply type in stovetop mac and cheese and then click on the recipe drop down and you will find that recipe, among others. In fact, there's different versions of mac and cheese on there as well. And we're going to be using tonight one of my our beautiful 12-inch cast iron skillets, which I will be telling you can be made outside on the barbecue or inside on the stovetop. So if you're already thinking campouts and park picnics and tailgating and RVs and all of that, you can make this recipe outside as well. And so I'm telling you, mac and cheese is where it's at, but it's not just a comfort food for the summer. It's a comfort food for the winter and the fall and the spring. So let's start cooking. So what I've done ahead of time is I have done a couple of things just to keep the recipe not too long, because people that know me know that my favorite subject to talk about is Pampered Chef, and I can go on and on. But what I've done already is I have already preheated my cast iron. So here's the thing, guys. We're going to be using our black traditional cast iron tonight. And the piece that I'm using is, like I said, 12 inches. It also comes in a 10-inch. It also comes in a grill pan. It also comes in a sizzle skillet, and it also comes in a 2 tiny little cast iron skillets, which you can use for like individual little s'mores outside on the barbecue or on a fire pit. But I'm using this one, and this one, guys, it has a nice big cooking space. What I love to do with this is I love to make pizza. So when you're on your consultant's website, type in Detroit style deep dish pizza, and you're going to find a recipe that is out of this world. And post in the comments if you guys have ever made cast iron pizza, because I'm kind of known for making pizza. I'm addicted to it. I am. And I make pizza and everything. So, but this is what I've done so far. This we're using today is chicken sausage. So you pretty much can put everything in the kitchen sink inside of mac and cheese. So put in the chat, what do you guys like to add to your mac and cheese? Because this is not the mac and cheese that comes in a box with the shaky yellow powder. We are making this from scratch. And so what I've done again is, just for time purposes, I have sauteed up chicken sausage, which basically is cooked chicken sausage, but you can use regular sausage. You could use any type of ground beef. You can use hot dogs. In fact, I've actually made it with hot dogs, and that goes perfectly right if you're bringing it out to a place that has like kids, because it's like perfect kid food. Another reason that I love this recipe is that it's so economical. Guys, summer activities are expensive, so wherever you guys can save a couple of bucks, save it, right? And so make a really cost-effective dish that will feed a crowd and have extra money left over to go for ice cream, because that's another one of my guilty pleasures. And you guys all know that I love ice cream if you're friends with me, because I'm always posting those pictures. So anyway, I now am going to transfer my cooked sausage to one of our plastic mixing bowls. So give me some love if you have these plastic mixing bowls. We started with the 3-quart maybe 2 years ago, and now we added 2 more. And what I love about these is that they have a non-skid bottom, so that way if you have little hands that are working and helping you in the kitchen and this ball falls, it's not going to break. They also made these dishwasher safe, and so they are very lightweight, and you could use them for anything, and they're perfect to just throw in your beach bag, just to kind of put like all your chips in there and your popcorn in there, any type of salads, cold salads, green salads, pasta salads, whatever. So I am now going to use our newly redesigned silicone scoop and serve spatula. So you will notice that you might have one that has a different handle, but they've redesigned about, I don't know, maybe like 14 of them. Ask your consultant for the list of all of the newly redesigned silicone utensils. But this is like your perfect little lasagna spatula. That's what they kind of dubbed it. So I am just going to be scooping this sausage into here, because we're going to now be making that delicious cheese mixture right inside of this cast iron. Now, if you want to keep your sausage mixture cold, you may ask, well, you know what, does this have a lid? Doesn't have a designated lid just for this bowl, but Pampered Chef actually sells stretch silicone lids. And so you get 3 of them, and we have 3 bowls. So I will show you how this will fit perfectly on your small bowl, and the medium goes to the medium and the large goes to the large. And so that way you can actually cover this. And so you will always be able to even pop this into the microwave, because look, it even has a vent hole. If you don't want to vent it, you could just kind of push that little tab through there, and it is closed or open, and it's vented. So if this was really cold and I needed to heat it up, I'll throw this right in your microwave. And a little tip about microwave cooking, guys, is that you should never microwave dead center if you have space on your turntable. You always want to microwave a little bit off center, so it does a better rotation when you are microwaving your food. And that's with any type of a utensil or a microwave safe dish that's going in your microwave, because so many people, they just put things dead center, and if there's room, move it over. You will have better even cooking for your food. Okay, so that's that. So now what we need to do is I'm going to put my stove on low. I need to put just a little bit more oil in my pan, because my sausage has been just sitting there and it absorbed it. So I'm going to use our oil and vinegar dispenser. And so do you hear, if you guys let me know, if you want to just put a little bit of oil on your salad and all that bottle goes goop, 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 goop. Well, this is your solution to it, because look at that. If you just squeeze that little button, it will dispense the perfect amount of oil. So that way you have control over how much oil goes into your food, or how much vinegar. So I'm just going to put a little bit of drizzle of olive oil. And now I'm going to be taking our silicone sauce whisk, has a silicone tip. It has the metal handle, and we are going to be whisking in a 1/4 cup of flour. And if you are gluten-free, feel free to use your gluten-free powder flour with this recipe. And we're just going to get that going. And because what we're going to do is we're going to then add in our milk, we're going to add in our cream, and we are going to add in our cream cheese and our cheese. So make sure you're posting in the comments, what kind of cheese are you going to be using when you make your version of this stovetop mac and cheese? And what type of a protein of choice would you think that your family would like? Because it's seriously, it's mac and cheese. Like I said, everything goes. And so you're going to definitely want this sauce whisk come time for the holidays when you want to make your turkey gravy. So make sure you reach out to your consultant, because they will give you either a link to shop or an opportunity to earn it free or half price when you host a party. Now this cast iron skillet that I'm using, like I said, we could be using this outside on the barbecue as well. Now I've already cooked the pasta, which I'll show you the little tool that I use to cook that, our saucepan. If you were doing it outside on the barbecue, you definitely will want to cook your pasta in your rock crock, because that is one of our pieces of cookware that is microwave safe. Excuse me, microwave safe, barbecue safe. And so you want to be able to cook your pasta in that if you're doing it on your barbecue. So I am, again, just incorporating the cream. I'm just whisking away until I'm breaking up the clumps of that flour, and then we're going to be mixing in the milk. So, like I said, I've already cooked the pasta. So I have in here my 4-quart Brilliance nonstick saucepan, which we just started selling this beautiful new line of cookware last year at Pampered Chef. It's the second nonstick line that we have. We also have our traditional nonstick, and then we also have our stainless nonstick, and we have 2 types of cast iron. So when you ask your consultant for the list of cookware, make sure that you ask him or her to give you a version of all of them, because what's nice about all of our cookware is that they are now all sold open stock. So what that means is that you can get a piece of one, a piece of the other, and you can make your own curated collection, because every kitchen has different needs. And that way you're not stuck with a set of cookware that has 1 or 2 pieces that you really don't use. So make sure that you get the pieces that are working for you and your family. So I have in here my traditional elbow pasta, which we also sell these great little silicone helpers. You get 2 of them because the lids do tend to get hot and you want to protect your fingertips at all times. And so I just have in here my traditional elbows, but any type of small pasta will do. And what's nice about this pot, it has 2 straight self-draining edges. So you have one on one side, you can see that, you have the small holes, or I drained it before like this on the large holes. And so it eliminates having to take out the colander, although we do sell 2 really nice ones. Make sure you're asking your consultant to show you pictures of those because they're beautiful. So the pasta is ready to be thrown in, and the oven is on broil. And so I am now going to just be adding the milk. And then we're going to go right to the cheese. So I can't see the chat, but hey, Abby, are people posting the types of cheese that they like to add to their mac and cheese? Because I know we'll be looking all of those answers up later.
Oh, we got
lots of different cheeses. I think my favorite answer is the woman from Wisconsin who said she doesn't care, whatever cheese, all the cheeses.
I'm telling you, like I was introduced to all these cheeses as an adult, and I'm like, who knew that there's other cheeses in this world besides mozzarella and parmigiano? And I realized that I love every single one of them. So this is, again, the right type of recipe that you can do anyway. And I'm wondering if Sandy could even come up with a Greek version using feta cheese, knowing her.
Oh, I bet I could.
I bet you could.
It doesn't melt as well, but I bet you could top it with feta and it would be really good.
So I don't know if you can see, but on my cutting board, on my counter, I have a lot of these little cutting mats all around me because I just use them to catch all my food and my drips because it just makes cleanup a breeze. But this recipe does call for 4 ounces of cubes cream cheese, which I have on one of our smaller cutting mats. Our cutting mats are sold in a set of 3. And when you guys get them, I'm going to just tell you right now that there's a little plastic piece on the back that you need to peel away because that's going to expose the non-stick silicone backing. And a lot of people don't realize that. And they may think that there's something wrong with their mats, but that means you just forgot to peel the factory plastic on the back. So post in the comments if you know that your mat is sliding, go and peel it right now because I can't tell you how many people I have educated about that little tip right there. So anyway, so we're just gonna melt that up, and now we're going to finish grating the cheese. Okay, raise your right hand and swear that you are never gonna buy pre-bagged cheese again, because it is full of preservatives. Guys, get yourself a good cheese grater and grate that cheese yourself, because it tastes better, it melts better, it is definitely more economical, because you could buy a big chunk of cheese for less price than having some factory somewhere fill it with preservatives and grate it there, right? So I have here a double course grater. It also comes with a box, which I forgot to grab, that you could grate your cheese in the box. And if I pull hard, it will actually even come apart. So I have already pre-grated my Colby Jack cheese. So that is my cheese of choice. And look, it's in the medium of our plastic mixing bowls with the medium lid on top. And so I'm going to say, I saved a little bit of cheese to grate to show you how beautifully it grates, but that is what beautiful cheese looks like. So look at that gorgeous cheese, and let me show you how I'm going to finish grating this tiny little piece that I saved for you. Okay, so here's another one of those mats. Here is my cheese grater. It's already dirty from before, so I'm just going to take my piece, which also comes with a food holder, but I don't know where it is. I grate my cheese. I'm wild. I don't use the food holder, but please do if you are clumsy in your kitchen. So it is going, you just literally just slide that over, and a little tip is you want to keep your cheese in your freezer for a little bit, so that way it will grate better. So I will show you both sides. So I'm going to show you the course, which I just did, and then I'm going to show you this part here, which will grate your cheese like beautiful snow. And so it all depends on how you want to do it for your recipe, but you determine what you want to grate. And it could also grate zucchini and carrots and potatoes. So just, that's why we don't call these graters cheese graters, because the human brain is going to just think cheese. These are food graters. And so here's the difference between our coarse grate and our snow. Okay, so you determine which one you want. And we also sell other ones as well. Make sure you contact your consultant for the different types of graters. Okay, this recipe is pretty much done. It is so easy. Again, you just want to be able to melt your sauce. We are now going to be adding back our chicken sausage. Again, it could be hot dogs, it could be regular sausage, it could be that I just made a mess on my couch. Let me grab a paper towel. And I dropped stuff. See, Polito messes up. See, told you. Okay, we're going to add back our chicken sausage, or whatever other protein you want, or leave it out, right? Add extra veggies. I don't care, right? Add broccoli, add zucchini, add mushrooms, add whatever you want. I don't care. It's up to you. I'm not eating it. So what we're going to do is now add in the pasta. And this was 3 cups of pasta. But again, you can alter it to your liking. In fact, I know at one point there was even a recipe for a skinny mac and cheese, and Sandy could probably confirm if we still have that recipe on our website, but it is a combination of cauliflower mixed in with the pasta, so that way you don't get as much as the carbs, and your kids are eating vegetables, and shh, don't tell them, right? So, oh, and I forgot one thing. I forgot the spice that we need to add, and so, well, it's okay, you're not eating this anyway, but I would have put the spice in before I added all that stuff. Because what we're going to be adding to this is we're going to be adding Dijon rub. Now, when you get our spices through our pantry section, we have a whole bunch of pantry items. You're going to get little jars, either small jars or taller jars. We have mixes, for desserts and for cakes, and we have sauces. We have an amazing and delicious pantry section. So I am going to right now just take a little bit of this, which is our Dijon rub. This is part of our taste buds packets, which I'm going to talk to you about taste buds as well. And I'm going to use the teaspoon measurement that comes in our measuring spoon. And so you're going to imagine that I actually put that in this cheese sauce so that it wasn't just one big clump on like 3 macaronis. And we're just going to incorporate that throughout. I'm telling you, my daughter's like, Ma, you're making that recipe again? I'm like, yeah, I'm making it again. Shh, don't worry about it. And it's going to be delicious. And my husband will eat it because he really enjoyed this. Oops, I just dropped a macaroni on the floor. This is when I wish I had my grandpuppy Duncan, and he's not around. Oh, well, I'll have to clean that up later. So taste buds. So taste buds, what they are a sampling of recipes and spices that come to your door once a month on a subscription service. What Pampered Chef did for the summertime, though, and this is exclusive and this is while supplies last, is you guys whoever wants to hook up with your consultant, get a site, get a link, or host a party, you can purchase the Taste Buds Teasers box. And so you get the box. So if you're going over someone's house and you don't want to bring a recipe because they're better cooks than you, and you don't want to bring a recipe and be embarrassed, you could just bring this. You know, I used to be the Pampered Chef consultant that used to bring the ice and a salad to family functions because I didn't like cooking. And look at me now, I'm cooking for the United States and Canada. It's so fun. But this is called the Taste Bud Teasers box. And what you get is you get our hamburger and slider press to make big burgers or little burgers. You'll also get 4 different seasonings along with some cardstock recipe cards to make those as well. And this is while supplies last, available for the summertime only. And for the summertime only, we also launched some smoothie mixes, a green tea and a vanilla, and another product which I will be ending this video with. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add in some peas, which I have some frozen peas. This is our prep bowl set. They come in a 1 cup, a 2 cup, and a 3 cup, 6 1 cups, and 2 of the 2 cups and 2 of the 3 cups. You know what? It's amazing, all these products that are in my head, and they just spew out. That's what happens when you love what you do and you believe in these products and you love sharing them with others. And so, yeah, I got a bunch of products in my head. So fun. And so we're going to add those peas. If you guys don't like peas, what vegetables would you put if you don't like peas? I like peas. So, but what would you put? I know in my head what I would put, but what would you put, if any, to make this like a jazzed up recipe? Okay, I think we're done. We're just going to now add that cheese in and stir that in. So we're going to add that cheese. We're also going to add in some Parmigiano, which was already grated. This is the 1 cup baby, right? So we're going to add some of that in. So this is definitely a very cheesy and rich and gooey comfort food that when you go to your summer cookout, people are going to be like, oh, what's that? They're going to bypass the boring potato salads. They're going to bypass the coleslaw. They're going to bypass the hot dogs. They're going to go right for that. And you are going to be the talk of the town. And it is seriously the simplest recipe that you can make. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this in the broiler. But what we want is we want a nice crunchy coating, because you know everything tastes better with that nice crunch. And so what I have in our measuring cup is I have some panko breadcrumbs with some more of that Parmigiano, and I am just going to sprinkle that on top, just like that. And then this is going to go into an oven to get nice and brown and toasty and melty and delicious. But now you want to bring that somewhere and you want it to stay hot. Well, how are you going to do that? Well, you know, we got the answer, right? Because what we just started selling at Pampered Chef is we started selling the new on-the-go insulated serving bowls. And so we have 2 sizes. We have a 2 quart and a 5 quart. This is the 2 quart. It's this beautiful blue. And so the inside is just like the liner of your favorite water bottle. You know, the one that stays cold all day or hot all day? Well, this is like a food thermos for your food instead of your water. So what you want to do is you want to open up that little vent hole right there to expose the little hole, and that will make it easy to open this up. Okay. And then this is the part that obviously you'll put your food in, but you want to trick your liner. So if you're putting in something hot, you want to put in hot water in here, put the lid on it, let it sit for like 5 minutes, trick the liner to be hot, or you want to put in some cold water and trick the water to be cold, and then just put your food in it. And what I love about this bowl is the lid, because look at the lid. How many times you go to a party and you have to put the spoon somewhere and you'd like mess up someone's tablecloth and you move the bowl over to see the spot, so you hide that, like, oh, I didn't make that stain, and you move that over. So you literally have a spoon rest built right into the cover. And you know, like when something is covered at a party and you're like, where do you put this drippy, nasty lid? Well, Pampered Chef thinks of everything, because look, there is actually even a holder for your cover. So you got the spoon rest and you got that. And what's nice about these bowls is that they are leak resistant. What that means is that if you close them, let me show you how you close them. So what you do is you press down and you actually push it and you feel the air poof out of here and then you seal it. Okay, so that's how you seal your bowl. So now if you have in here a fruit salad, if you have in here this mac and cheese and you're bringing it in your car and you're at a stop sign and your car goes flying and you go flying and the bowl goes flying, have you ever like knocked the contents out of a dish that you're bringing somewhere and it's like such a mess? That's not going to happen because these are leak resistant. Okay, so that means that it can handle like a little bit of a topsy-turvy. It's not completely leak proof, right? So if you hold it upside down, at some point it will leak, but it will give you some protection when you are transporting it. So without further ado, you guys want to see the final recipe? Give me some love if you want to see the final recipe, because the reason my daughter says, "Ma, you're making this again?" because I just made this on Sunday. So I'd have it ready for you. So this is the 5-quart insulated on-the-go serving bowl. This is the 2-quart one. Together they are a set. And just so you know, when you guys make any purchases at Pampered Chef that are a set, you're saving a couple of dollars because set equals sale. So make sure you contact your consultant for a link to shop or a link to host, because that is always the best way to get what you want for free or at a discount. So without further ado, let me show you the final recipe. So I'm going to now undo that air vent so I could open this thing. And now, dun, ta-da, I give you Pampered Chef's version with peas and chicken sausage of stovetop mac and cheese coming from Laura's Kitchen. I hope you liked my recipe demo. Take care, everybody. Back to you, Sandy.
Laura, that looks so good. The chat is blowing up. Oh my goodness. I love how it fits so perfectly in that insulated bowl. Great job. We had a couple questions along the way. The first one is for the chicken sausage. Now, did you just warm that up, or how long did you cook the chicken sausage?
So I actually took my cast iron. So when you get your cast iron, you have to read the directions. Whether you're cooking in the oven or your stovetop, it will always recommend that you heat it up. And so once I heated it up with a little bit of canola oil, then I put in my chopped chicken sausage, because what I did is I used our new color-coded knives, which I forgot to mention. I cut off my chicken with our new knives. So we now sell these brand new color-coded knives that, again, are sold all open stock, because you don't always want the entire set, or maybe you want the bread knife. How many times have people said, "Where is the bread knife? Where is the bread knife?" Guys, it's back. Contact your consultant, because the new color-coded bread knife is back. And our color-coded knives are also cleared to be cleaned in the dishwasher, where regular knives should never go. So all I did, Sandy, and whoever was asking, is I just cut up that sausage and I made it nice and brown, and that's where I started the recipe. Cooked it right on that on the 12-inch cast iron skillet, which, by the way, guys, that comes in one of the 4 starter kits when you join Pampered Chef. If anybody's interested in trying this business and having as much fun as I am, and thousands of others.
Awesome. Okay. Next question was, you mentioned the rock crock a little
Yes.
bit when you talked about making the pasta.
Yes.
What else is the rock crock good for?
Oh my goodness. The rock crock is a ceramic vessel with a glass lid. It goes on your stovetop, in your oven, under your broiler, in your dishwasher, on your barbecue. It will freeze beautifully. It will be a great place that you could even transfer it to a digital stand to transfer it, make it into a slow cooker or a warmer. And the rock crock, the casserole one that I'm mentioning to do the pasta, comes in 2 sizes. It's a 2.5 or a 4-quart. Make sure that your consultant will send you pictures of both. But we also have 2 flat rock crocks. One is a 15-inch grill stone, which you can make amazing killer pizzas even outside on the barbecue. And we even have a perfect little try-me piece, which is like a 9x9 square. And it's perfect for like a smaller family, maybe just 1 person or 2 people. And it is a great way to bring your cooking outside, because those are tools that can be used both in and out. And I have absolutely made pasta outside in my rock crock when we experience a power outage, and my family still wants pasta because we always want pasta.
Know if a replacement lid can be ordered for the rock crock? Jeffrey said that his broke.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure that you contact your consultant because they will give you the correct item number for that replacement lid. And that lid will fit both the 2.5 and it will fit the 4-quart. Don't get the other one because a while ago we sold another one, which might be available. So just make sure that you tell your consultant the size of your rock so that they can give you the proper replacement lid for it.
Perfect. And then Marlene wants to know, what size of cheese cut do you think is best, fine or large? But I wonder, maybe,
all of
yeah,
the
maybe all
all
of
of
it. Yeah. I
all
love
of
the thick grates because they melt really well.
Oh, do you guys ever get like a Caesar salad and those nice shaved shavings of Parmesan cheese are like piled high on top? Like I eat those first. Like those would be wimpy like this. Like I would be going for like the big pieces.
You like the big.
I prefer that, but you know what? No matter what, when you grate it yourself, you're going to get a better melt and a better taste over the pre-bagged, preservative-filled kind.
Absolutely. And then I think, well, we always keep getting more as it comes in, but a quick question on some tips to maintain your cast iron pans.
Okay, so that's easy. So here you go. So you want to know that with your cast iron pans, the black ones, that you cannot use soap with them. So they come pre-seasoned, meaning that they're already shiny with a thin coat of oil on it. So you want to always make sure that you preheat your cast iron. You want to make sure that it always has a little bit of oil in it. And then when it's time to wash your cast iron, just make sure it gets to room temperature and just put it under your hot water. And then use our dual-sided cleaning brush, which is a great little tool. I can put my hands on it now. Every kitchen needs to get like multiples of these because it is the best cleaning brush in the land. And you want to be able to get all the gunk out. And I do believe, Sandy, that the cast irons come with the pan scraper.
Yeah.
Okay. So you also do get a bona fide plastic pan scraper, but sometimes you need a little bit more oomph. And so I would use that. So after you remove all your food particles, then you just take a little bit of your oil and then just rub it back on and it's ready for its next cooking adventure. So no soap required on the black. We do have an enameled set that can also be go in the dishwasher and used with soap. And that's just a different product. Again, ask your consultant to give you like the rundown on whichever ones that you want to get so that way you can do a side-by-side comparison to make it the right fit for your kitchen.
Perfect. And what about that taste buds box that you showed? How can you get that? Is that a subscription or how can customers get their hands on that box?
Well, that is just available while supplies last, and it is a product to order just like anything else that I showed tonight. So you want to make sure that you contact your consultant for a link to shop, or as a host, you can either get it for free or at 50% off. And so it is a great savings, whether you get it this way or you have a party to get it for free or discounted. And you will get exactly what I'm showing you, the burger and slider press along with 4 seasonings and 4 exclusive recipe cards as well. And it's just a fun box. Like I said, bring it to someone's house, slap a bow on it and you're done. Decorate it. Like, I'm serious, it's done. This is what you're getting for your picnic. Here you go. I want to eat your food.
That's perfect, Laura. We love your energy and you've gotten so much love in the chat. Everyone is super inspired to get cooking and get their groove on. So we thank you so much. And we thank all of you for joining us and we hope to see you all soon.
Thank you, everybody. And thank you for having me on Test Kitchen Live. It's been an honor. Bye, everybody.
Have a great night.
Bye.